Welcome back after a short break. I'm Syed Rumman with you once again, and there is a special guest with me at the moment. A guest who is with me, who is a very promising personality, who is a very famous in the student community in the UK and very strong activist, very well known and whom I respect a lot. That is Malia Bouattia, who is the NUS Black Students Officer. Assalamu alaikum, Malia. Eid Mubarak.
Thank you. Eid Mubarak to you also.
Thank you very much. How are you, Malia?
Alhamdulillah, very good. It's been a month. The month has passed so quickly.
Yeah, Alhamdulillah. This is actually a blessing of Allah that He gave us this month of Ramadan, holy month of Ramadan, and we try to actually do our best and best way to remember Allah and gain some reward. But obviously we are end of Ramadan and now we are celebrating Eid. So first of all, as you are here now, I will be hearing something from you. But before that, I'm very much interested to know what you understand about Eid.
First, Eid is, you know, the end of the month of mercy. It's to mark it in a beautiful way, to celebrate and be thankful of all that we have. It's a time for to bring the family together again. You know, if you haven't done so throughout the month of mercy, then you get to during this one day. And really just to give thanks to God once again. And also celebrating with the friends, family, neighbors, and it is actually a very special day for Muslim people. And this day Allah has given us as a blessing, and if you for an example, if you have a fight with anyone, but on this day you will share, you will forget everything, and you will come and stand shoulder to shoulder, and you will share your feeling, you will share your happiness. This is so beautiful day. Thank you, Malia, and you wonderfully described about Eid. But I'm actually very much interested to know about, and my viewers obviously, if you can say something about yourself, like as a Muslim and as a national student leader, NUS Black Students Officer, and representing lots of Muslim students. How do you feel about that on this, if you can say, on this special Eid day? I think I say Alhamdulillah, that, you know, we've come so far. The Muslim community, mashallah, you know, is involved in every aspect of society. We are diverse. We are incredibly rich in culture, knowledge, and, you know, ideas. I think that there are many challenges for Muslim students today, you know, with Islamophobia and a lot of discrimination that is present. But mashallah, Muslims, you know, especially during the month of Ramadan, come together, work together so incredibly, and really demonstrate that we are a beautiful community, who have a lot to say, and are, you know, like any other community, we have our flaws, but we also have gifts, I guess. Okay, Alhamdulillah. We have a lot to be proud of, mashallah.
Alhamdulillah. So Malia, you are culturally from Algerian background. So obviously the name of this program, show, is Eid for All. And obviously you can understand that why the name is like this. And we had a few other guests, and we will have a few other guests as well in the next segments. So as you are representing your Algerian culture, we are very much interested to know, how do you celebrate in accordance with your Algerian culture?
For Algerians, Eid starts after the morning prayer. So once the morning prayer takes place, you know, it's kisses all around. The little kids are given their money to go out and spend it. So you give money? Yeah.
Do you take money as well?
Well, yeah, even the adults actually. And I think, and it's really, it's a nice way to start the day.
to mark it in that occasion. And even here in the UK, we do the same thing. For us, Eid begins once we've all collectively prayed.
Okay.
And everybody puts on their, you know, their clothing, their brand new clothing. It always has to be new for the kids in particular.
Yeah. But do you still want the brand new clothes? Do you wear?
The adults still want it, and they still do.
Okay.
They get their new clothes sewn, or they buy them. So it still carries on the tradition until.
But do you remember we had, as I'm representing Bangladeshi culture, when I was a kid, and after buying something for Eid, if I would have seen something someone else wearing, or someone else would have, you know, seen my Eid dress, then I would say, oh no, I don't want to wear this on Eid day. So did you have this kind of thing, or do you have this kind of thing, like, you know, if someone sees your Eid dress, then no, you're not going to wear it?
Yeah, everybody becomes a diva on Eid. They don't want to wear the same thing again.
Exactly.
They're like, no,
they want to show as well.
Yeah, you have to buy me a brand new one. Yeah, no, definitely. But I think parents tend to not mind, because it's such a special occasion. More so than your birthday, more so than, you know, any other time of the New Year's, any other time of the year, really. So that, you know, I think they tend to give in to the little divas.
So actually today, it is very interesting. We had some of the guests, and you are saying the same thing. It's almost culturally, the celebration of Eid is almost similar. Because you start Eid with Eid prayer, kissing, hugging, and going to probably a relative's house, friend's house, wearing new clothes. And we had the same thing in Bangladesh, or Bengali community in the UK, and a Pakistani community, they had the same thing. So it's actually culturally similar. So do you think, does it represent individual culture or Muslim culture as a whole?
I think that the Muslim culture as a whole is incredibly, like, diverse, and there are many layers to it, and it's incredibly rich. You can pinpoint one thing in particular that we all are necessarily, but we have, like, influenced each other naturally with the spread of Islam, with, like, you know, trade, with our people mixing. You find that, you know, different traditions are adopted, or similar traditions are adopted by different groups of people, and it's interesting. Even when you look at, like, Mendi, and what it's called in different Muslim countries, the fact that we all have it for you know, weddings and Eid and special occasions, even though they're different shades and we have different patterns, it's still, that tradition has been passed on across.
So you wear Mendi on Eid?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We do. And actually the difference is that, like, we tend to just put a circle in the middle of our hand, and we were always told it represents the moon, because it's the moon sighting, it means it's Eid, right? I think it was an excuse because our people just didn't know how to do the beautiful patterns that, like, you know, that South Asians do so well, and Yemenis actually. So I think personally it was just an excuse, because it was never really in our tradition to have the patterns, but it stuck. And I remember growing up here, at school, I'd go with this, you know, pop of orange in the middle of the palm of my hand, and I always get told, oh, what's that? What's that? Be like, it's the moon. It's because it's Eid. Stop it. And they'd say, why isn't it the same as, you know, your Pakistani or Bangladeshi friends? And I'd just be like, we're different.
We're different.
We're different. Get
or
over
pretending
it.
to be different.
Yes, exactly. But mashallah, I'd always admired the patterns.
So you like the pattern, and you do wear.
It started to, the influences come about in Algeria slowly, particularly for weddings. Now you see the intricate designs which have come from South Asia, mashallah. But still, it's good to hold on to our tradition of that big orange circle.
And it is in the, I'm not sure whether it is in the Islamic culture as well, Mendi thing. I'm not sure, but probably. If I'm not wrong, viewers, if I'm wrong, please, I apologize for that. Anyway, another thing I would like to know about, obviously we talked about food, but I don't know,
what particular food we wanted to talk about. I will obviously say about Bangladeshi food, but if you can start with Algerian food, what kind of food actually you have on Eid Day, or you cook, you distribute, you share?
So Eid Ul Fitar obviously changes from you know what the kids call Big Eid, right? Where the sheep is, where they're going to slaughter the sheep, so it becomes all about the meat. But with the Eid Ul Fitr, we have the cakes are a big part of Algerian culture. So so leading up to Eid, we have each household tends to bake very beautiful, quite complicated cakes, and you know, like baklawa.
Baklawa, yeah.
We have a very different kind in Nigeria. We don't use pistachios in ours. The pastry is a lot thicker. It's a different kind of baklawa. But like baklawa, many other types.
Is it baklawa? Is it which culture mainly it represents?
It's probably influenced by like the Turks who because they settled in North Africa for 500 years. So you know it's had some influence. I think just a tiny influence.
Just a tiny.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, we've Algerianified it over time, so we don't tend to have the pistachios in there. The shape is different. But yeah, so each household has these cakes, and as soon as you come back from Eid prayer, you lay out your cakes. Tends to be 4 or 5 different kinds, and they are so rich and so delicious. But so you put those out and you wait for your guests to come, and with each guest you put them out.
I have to try it. You know?
I think you do. It's a must. And what about
you? Actually, mainly before we go to Eid prayer, we have what's called I don't know what does it call in English, but we call it shamai. It's sweet stuff. It's like it's not like noodles. It's something very. It looks like noodles, but it's a sweet stuff. So I don't know whether you actually tried shamai or you heard of it. I don't know its English name anyway. We call it shamai. And after that, after coming from prayer, we have food, probably kurma, pulao, all sort of heavy stuff, you know. And you know that as a Bengali, we are actually fond of curry. We love curry.
I never would have guessed.
So in the morning, before and after, right after prayer, sweet stuff. And then
with the coffee and the tea and.
Not really. Tea is a regular, but it's not Eid actually food.
Thing,
So sweet foods are for specially made for Eid. Also pakura, and there are actually so many other types of food. I can't exactly remember. What's called one of the things is to call sweet. I remember my mom. She used to cook, make what's called sweet, homemade sweet. Those so tasty. And another thing with it's called chotpoti. I don't know, viewers, you can find out, chotpoti, which is very spicy stuff. It's looks like what, can't remember exactly, but it is very delicious. I'm feeling like having it. Okay.
Yeah. No, so, we tend to have like a main dish as well in the middle of the day, which is quite heavy pasta based. So it's called chachchoucha. That's one of the main ones, and a lot of people think we just eat couscous all the time. We actually have many other dishes. Couscous doesn't come out every week, and rarely actually during this particular Eid. But again, within Algeria, each region has its own kind of culture, if you will. It's quite, it's such a big country that within each region, subhanAllah, like everything from clothing. To
it varies actually.
Yeah, there's such variations to even language.
So in Bengali culture, chotpoti I would say is one of the main Eid food.
Dishes,
everyone, if you ask any Bengali, or have you got chotpoti, and probably in the UK, I visit people's house, my friend's house, just to have chotpoti. Now clothes, we are talking about clothes, and I'm interested to know what kind of actually clothes women and men wear on Eid.
So for the younger kids, they tend to just wear, you know, Western dresses and
here in the UK or Algeria?
Both. Yeah, they tend to be very,
they're not traditional.
Kind of, no, but there's something in that in Algeria where young people don't tend to wear traditional. I think it's quite sad. Because when I see, you know, Pakistan or Bangladesh or, you know, Indian kids running about in their traditional wear, really, I'd love to see that. You know, it's showing your identity and it's being proud of it. But in Algeria, it's really like the culture of wearing traditional clothing doesn't come until you're married. So it's quite late. But even so, you'll find so dresses like mine, because they tend to be in the house waiting for guests or going to other guest homes. It's comfortable, but it's a little more formal. So it's semi-traditional. It's not the heavy traditional gear you'd wear at weddings. So it's just a more classical version of it. And they tend to wear a jilbab on top as well.
Jilbab as well.
So yeah, but then, you know, a special one for Eid. And you know, it would be light colours, bright colours. They tend to stay away from black completely during Eid because it's seen as
the same here. I think in the Bangladeshi culture tend not to wear black actually.
Stay away from dark colours.
And men's actually in our culture, they like me. Probably I'm wearing too much here, too much bright. But men they wear Punjabi, you know, and women obviously dress like you, and also sari. Young girls and women, they are very much fond of sari, and it's a part of our culture. And on special on Eid day, people will wear or people will get sari from different places, and you know, very bright saris. So this is actually clothes represent Bangladeshi culture. But whatever men you did not mention.
So again, the men don't tend to wear traditional during Eid.
Again,
I know.
Everyone.
What are we doing? I don't understand.
And we're representing culture now.
Exactly. The Bengalis have got it right. And I think that, which is a bit of a shame. So apart from like the Islamic wear during the mosque, they tend to kind of like revert back to just, you know, a formal pair of trousers and a shirt. The women are the only ones representing as usual. It's all on the sisters. It is probably.
Sisters more, they hold the tradition probably. Obviously now at this stage, young children, they because the technology or advancement of the modern technology and culture, they probably try to evade from their own culture. We don't exactly know at this moment, but that can be researched and found out.
I hope not.
Yes. So now one thing that is would like to know for our viewers. Obviously, we talked about your culture, clothes, food, and how you celebrate Eid, how you start your Eid day. What do you mean? What do you understand about Eid? But obviously, we haven't heard anything in your language. So that would be very interesting to know how you celebrate Eid, or any message or anything, any poem or anything in your language for our viewers.
So there's like a little funny poem that the kids always taught to say the night before Eid, which is, do you want me to say it out?
Yeah, please.
So it's Ghadwa al-Eid, which is tomorrow it's Eid. Ya Buzid, I don't even know how to translate it. It's Ghadwa al-Eid, Ya Buzid, Tahfifa wal Qash Jdid. So it's tomorrow's Eid, young lad, a haircut and new clothes will follow, but it rhymes. So it's like, so they're just preaching it like down the streets as soon as the announcement that Eid is coming. The Eid is the following day. They just go around kind of the streets and just telling their parents, come on, I need to get my new clothes, I need to cut my hair. You know, it's kind of like been carried through the generations. So even my dad, the night before Eid, we'll start saying it
Okay.
out loud, just wandering about the house. But yeah, and apart from that, it's just the general Eid greeting, which
Okay.
which for us is Saha Eidkum.
Saha.
Saha Eidkum. Yeah, it's
Saha
a very
Eidkum.
North African.
Okay. So it means Eid Mubarak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same as Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak. Have a good Eid.
Okay. So we said the same thing, Eid Mubarak, but obviously before, night before the Eid day, night before the Eid day, we play a song which is very famous. Our national poet actually, he wrote it. The name of the song is okay. Let me say it in Bangla. Or shall I sing?
Sing.
I can try. Probably I'm not a good singer, but I think.
Do you want me to get the violin out?
Pardon?
Shall I get the violin out?
No.
Give us some background music.
I think I want those viewers to actually stay.
Okay.
Otherwise, yeah.
You don't want it to rain on Eid.
They may actually leave the camera, leave the TV, I guess. But anyway, viewers, stay with me.
We'll give you a chance.
Stay with me, okay? I'm trying to sing a song. Omun Ramjaner oi rojar sheshe elo khushir Eid. Sorry, I can't remember rest of the part. Yeah, this is the song actually
So far, so good.
we sing and we play. Means after the Ramadan, Eid has arrived after the Ramadan. So first line what I actually sung. It is when there is Eid after Ramadan, everyone, I would say, in our country or in Bengali community, those who know this song, they start singing this song, and it is the probably end theme of the Eid Ul Fitar.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Malia. We had a very lovely conversation on Eid, and it is obviously very much a pleasure for me to have you on Iqra TV.
It was a pleasure to
on
be here.
a special Eid program that is Eid for all. I would finally say, if you have any message, because you are representing a large number of students in the UK, and nationals, you are a national student leader and also a great campaigner, and also you are representing Muslim students at the same time. So any message for your Muslim brothers and sisters?
I think that mainly don't forget the teachings of the month of mercy. Remember that this was a month that is supposed to reform us and lead us into the other 11 months.
Yeah.
So don't forget the messages of unity, of supporting one another, not discriminating against each other. And I think mainly, we have a big challenge as Muslims across the world, not just within the UK. And it's just very, very important that, that we support our community in any way we can. Yeah. Even in a small way from our homes. And I just wish you all a very Eid Mubarak.
Thank you very much, and Eid Mubarak to you as well. Shall we say together, Eid Mubarak for our viewers? Eid Mubarak, Eid Mubarak. Thank you, Malia, once again. Viewers, thank you very much for staying with us, and we are going for a short break. After the break, we'll be back with you very soon. Till then, please stay with us. Thank you.
আপনারা দেখছেন বিভিন্ন দেশের অভিবাসীদের নিয়ে ঈদের অনুষ্ঠান ঈদ ফর অল।